I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen?
See, this is the new merch that's coming out, and you better get it today, because it'll almost be sold out. Please support my daddy with new merch. All the links will be down below in this subscription below, so you can get this amazing, fantastic cup that has ever been born in the cup history.
Hello and welcome to another Budget and Leggit video. Yes, we are straightening out this, and I know this looks quite bad, but believe me, lots and lots of people do it this way. They maybe just don't show you. All I'm doing is making it a little bit straighter so I can cut all this off. It's always best to get it as straight as possible before you cut anything off, because as I'm pulling out that, if there is any twist anywhere else, it should pull out all the twist at the same time and just make things a lot easier. Oh, what you got there?
Rainbow Scooby.
Rainbow Scooby-Doo, psychedelic. So
What is this?
that's what I'm going to do. Then we can worry about, you know, doing all the final finishes afterwards. Also, if you're going to do this, do not do this with rope. Oh, sorry, do not do this with chain, because if the chain breaks, it's going to snap and cause all sorts of problems. Also, put the main hook where it's not going to whip. So in other words, the only part that's going to whip off this is the part tied to the van, and that'll just whip off, hit this. It's not going to do any more damage. If I had this end on the van and it whipped off, it's going to do an awful lot of damage. So what I'm going to do is drive it forward and reverse it back maybe 2-3 times just to pull out that. That's all I'm going to do. Hopefully the phone will stay there. It's actually sliding the van. Wow, I didn't think it would slide the van. Unbelievable. Now look at that, it's working lovely. This part is also coming out nice because it's all part connected. Like I said, it's never going to be 100%, but it's coming out actually quite nice. I'm going to do that a few more times. I got the back of the van, I'm reversing straight back now rather than sideways, and I've got the wheels chopped up of the van, so that's what's helping me. But that's coming out really nice. Do you hear that noise? Got a bit worried then. I heard a really funny noise, but it was just this tray, or this it just holds the top of the radiator in, and the bonnet catch is just touching the alternator. But look at this now. Look at that. That's maybe one more tug, and that's going to be all I can do as regards straightening it, and then, you know, we can start cutting stuff out. But it really has brought it back quite nice. Do you know, it really has. But one more tug should do it. Right, so we're just trying to hit this back a bit. See if I can do it on camera. Now, that's kind of where it should be, within reason. But as you can see, it's a million miles away from the alternator now. So I'm just going to pull this back one more time. No point in me filming it, you've seen it. And then that should be it. Once I got the front cross member off, we can tidy all this up with hammers and dollies afterwards. But the really good thing is, like I said before in the previous video, is there's no chassis damage. None of this sealer, if there was any chassis damage, sealer would be all cracked, and it's not. It's just right at the top where it actually welds onto it. That's the only part. That's just a bit of sealer, but that's the only part that's damaged, but easily can be straightened. You can easily repair chassis legs. It's not a problem. You do your staggered joint, weld it in. It's not an issue, but it's just more work. But in this case, we don't have to. Right, so what I'm going to do now is...
Daddy, can I help?
Okay. Oh, what's that you got on?
A bodgit and leggit shirt.
Wow, how awesome is that?
Cool.
Where can everyone get that from?
The link in the subscription.
Yeah, link down below. What have you got in your hand?
A pink Scooby-Doo.
Multicoloured psychedelic Scooby-Doo.
What is psychedelic?
Just multicolours. Right, what I want you to do is undo this nut here. We'll try and see if we can put this bonnet back a little bit. So come on. Put one hand here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and then just push down. Down, push down. There we go. Do it again. There we go, and again.
Can I drop my Scooby for 1 second?
No, that's it. No, that's enough. Now what we need to do is line this up. So I'm just going to kind of line it up there. That's just more or less gone back into place. And now if you just want to tighten them up for me. Go the other way now. No, you loosen them. Go the other way now. Go on.
Hi, Milo.
Go on.
Bye, Milo.
Okay, and this one. This one. Where are you going? You can't just leave me when doing one. There we go. Go on. Line up. Yeah, okay.
I love fixing cars. Fixing cars is
Now
my job.
that looks to be very similar to where it was, but I won't be 100% sure yet. What I have been doing a little bit without taking the wing off, I've been seeing what's going on here with these wings, and I didn't actually realise the wings are actually damaged. Now I did show the damage on the wings, but the actual mounting points, I'll show you on this one over here. It doesn't look too bad there, but when you look at the back mounting point, see how there's a hole there and there's a big slit? Well, that is actually gone behind, look. See that? So that slit there is completely broken off. Should be a piece of metal or a piece of plastic there, but it should be over the top of here, but it isn't. It's behind. So the wings have popped out that way, and also all the brackets have. I've moved that a little bit. Now I've kind of moved the bonnet. Let's kind of see what the shut lines look like, but you can't be 100% sure until you get the front stand panel in, but it'll give us a rough idea.
Dada, look.
I know, yeah.
And look at the window.
What's wrong with the window?
It's smashed a bit.
It is smashed to bits, isn't it?
How's it not breaking it?
Right, as you can see, it's definitely better. Now when it lifts up level, it's kind of okay, but you can see the top here is pushed over, so it also needs to be pushed that way, which will in turn make this gap a little bit better, but also the wing needs to go over this side. So all you really need to do to get the bonnet over is lift it up and literally, I can't do it with one hand, but literally push it over. Lift the bonnet up, get your hands and push it over that way.
This is a bodgit and leggit t-shirt gun. Whoever wants a t-shirt, pew, done. And whoever wants a cup, pew, done.
We haven't got the cups here, have we?
Aww.
Right, now look at this, since I've pulled it over. Once that's level, it really isn't too bad. The line, it does get a bit wider here, but also this hinge needs to go over, if you remember, because the plastic is on the wrong side, so it needs to be pushed over. So that is very, very close to where we actually need it. Once I get the two wings pushed over, see this side looks a lot better now, especially at the top there, but again, this top needs to go in quite a bit, like that, you can see, but even a bit more than that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep bending the hinges and getting this. Just takes time. There's no point in me showing you, because it's just a case of bending the hinges, getting it right, putting the bonnet back down, lifting up, bending the hinges until we get it quite right.
Daddy, this reminds me of a hinge when you bend it.
A what?
A hinge.
Oh, a hinge. Yeah.
How do you turn it into a hinge?
Right, it's taken a long time, but now the bonnet is too far down, so I have to lift it up a little bit just to get it in line, because there's no bonnet stops or anything on it. But now you get the idea. Look at that. That line is very, very good. Well, it's very, very close. It might need a little bit more fettling, but it's really close compared to, considering I could put 2 fingers down there before. And same again on this side. Look at that. Still slightly less at the top than it is the side, but I need to do a little bit more with that wing, but not much. So there we go, we've got them 2 wings in, and I'll show you what I mean about the wings actually being damaged. Right, so as you can see, this is what I was talking about. This here, there's supposed to be a plastic thing here, and that bolt's supposed to push in just like it does over there. And they were actually pushed in behind that, and they're all broken. Same with this one. Actually, that one's come out a little bit, so I just need to push that one over. And once I push that one over a little bit, that should be all the adjustment I need. But as you can see, look, half of it's damaged, but hopefully we can get wings. Just depends on the price of them, because these wings aren't bad. I mean, you can live with that, but we'll see. Right, it's actually quite hard to get parts for this. This is the GT, this is the 100 horsepower, where most of them I think are only around 60 horsepower. So the fact this having a turbo gives it about 40 horsepower more. I think there's maybe some in between at 75 horsepower. But you can see we've got a GT wing on this, a GT front bumper even, and cannot get one secondhand whatsoever. Now it's only the kind of these little bits and the grille that make it a GT, because see how this kind of spots out here, the other ones don't have that, they're kind of all flush, so the bumper is different. So what we might have to do, and I know this kind of sounds crazy, but I have seen a couple of these really cheap online with a lot of issues. So a lot of, you know, basically too expensive to repair in the sense of, you know, rust and stuff like that, but the front end completely and utterly perfect. And it might be cheaper buying a complete car that's running than buying all these bits second hand, because at least then all the little bits of plastics, all the little bits that have been broken in this that I was taking off, that I can't really tell where they go. Well, I do know where they go across the top and stuff, but they're just in millions of bits. We'll be able to basically swap the front of the car on and do it that way, and then we have loads of spares for this car, and it's still kind of saving a car, even though we're kind of stripping another one. But eventually, you never know, we might be able to fix that one, and also maybe even do some experiments with it, some fun experiments. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been doing all day, straightening out the front, sorting out the wings, and trying to sort out all parts for it. But now we've got that more or less straight. Now that is coming off, so don't worry about that. We just got that bit more straight. And also the fact that we've straightened it, any tension that's anywhere, we would have brought all the tension out of the car, which is another good thing. So the wings and the bonnet's now all lined up properly, and we're just waiting on parts now. Right, I completely and utterly underestimated just how difficult it is to get parts for this.